For number 4 here, we have absolute value, so that's what these lines here mean on each side, absolute value, and that means distance from 0. And absolute value always turns into a positive number. So this means this, if we get rid of the absolute value, we also get rid of any sign. So that becomes 4, and this is just a plus 6, so that's going to equal 10. So here, absolute value, this is a negative 3. A negative 3 on a number line is 3 places away from 0. So therefore, negative 3 has an absolute value of 3. And 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places from 0. So that just becomes a regular 8. So it stays a positive 8 because we're just like we're getting rid of the sign. So 3 plus 8 equals 11. So here we have negative 12, and negative 12 is 12 places from 0. Bring down the minus sign, and then negative 5 is 5 places from 0. So once again, when we get rid of the absolute value, we also get rid of the positive or negative. So it's really 12 minus 5, which equals 7. Okay, for number 5, it says Jamie climbed 45 feet down. That's going to be a negative since it went down. And he went down into the cave, and the sister went negative 64 feet. Now, we're going to have to think of this as a number line that is a vertical line, and we're going to go ahead and start with 0, and we're going to just start counting. We'd have negative 1, negative 2, and we would just keep counting. The first of these two numbers we would come to is down here. We would hit negative 45, which is where Jamie is. Then, if we kept counting, we'd finally come to negative 64, which is where the sister is. So therefore it says, who is closer to the surface? The surface would be 0, our starting point, our origin. So the person closest to the surface is Jamie. So Jamie is closest to the surface. And then who went down the farthest? The farthest one down is the sister. Okay, for number 6, we're locating these numbers on the number line. First thing we could always do is just go ahead and fill in any missing numbers. So once again, going backwards, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and of course our negative 5. So our first number is 4, and 4 is right here. So this right here would be 4. Then negative 2.5. So for negative 2.5, this is our negative side right here, and this is our positive side of 0. So that means we're going to go backwards 1, 2, and half a space. So we're in between the negative 2 and the negative 3 for negative 2 and 1/2. Then we have 3 and 3/4. So starting at our origin, our 0, we go 1, 2, 3, and 3/4 is most of the way to 4, so we're almost to the 4. So right in here is going to be 3 and 3/4. Then we have a negative 4, and negative 4 is one of our integers, so it actually shows up on the number line. Then here we have a rational number, negative 3 and 1/4. So we start at our origin, 1, 2, 3, and we're only going a quarter way, which means we're going 1 out of a total of 4. So we're only going to go 3 and 1 of those 4s. So right there is going to be negative 3 and 1/4. So we have our negative 4, negative 3 1/4, negative 2 1/2, our 3 3/4, and our 4. So we're just putting those numbers on the number line.